everyone, and welcome to Die for Friday, where we just use mostly dies to make our projects. So for today's project, it is Halloween based. We're going to make these cute little pillow boxes, but it's going to hold candy, and in here I have some mini candy corns. On my screen, this looks really bright orange, so I hope that it's translating well. And, you know, not making you slightly nauseous, because that is a really neon color that I'm looking at. So anyways, so we're going to make this fun little box with a cute little window. So let's get started. Okay, so first you're obviously going to want to pick out what color paper you want to do. I am using orange. And I'm also using this Pillow Box die from Lawn Fawn. That is the main die in our project today. Sorry, I'm looking for my plates. I also have, some more of that same orange cardstock. And this is actually just about half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And as you can see, lots of room. You only need one cutout for this particular die. So just line it up anywhere you want. And then we'll get our top plate. I'm using a Spellbinders Grand Caliber machine to cut out my dies. So move that over. Okay, any popping you hear is just the paper being cut by the die. The squeaking is the handle, sorry. And the music in the background, if you can hear that, is the high school band that's behind my house. Oh. Oh. One pass through should be enough. Okay, set that off to the side. And my die still has some sticky on it, so it's stuck to the top, which is fine. And as you can see, my cutting mat has been loved. So we're going to use this side of the die cut, and I have there's something in there. Anyways, so to get the shape, I took one of my pumpkin dies from Spellbinders. And originally I was going to put it on this side, but then I realized that the flap would then cover up some of the pumpkin. So we're going to put it on this side, and you want to have the stem facing whichever direction you want the top to be. So I think I'm going to have the top be like this. So we'll go ahead and use a Post-it note, center it up as best you can. Post-it note to hold that down. Pop the other die off. I was originally hoping to do this with Halloween pattern paper, but I didn't have any in 8.5 by 11, which is really weird. I thought I did, but I don't have a lot of pattern paper in 8.5 by 11, so, and I couldn't find my 12 by 12. Okay, so now we have our cute little hole. Now, for the plastic to go over the top, remember this is the front side, of course now that I've got stuff on it, I just took a piece of acetate, but I'm actually going to run it through my machine with the die. So hopefully, and it doesn't matter which side you do it on, and as you can see, it'll be big enough. I'll just cut off the pieces over here that are overhanging, and I'll hold that in place on the die as well. And we'll just cut that up too. This I am going to do 2 passes, just to make sure I get a good cut through. And back through. Okay. And that is it for our die cutting. So I'll set these plates down here as well as the machine. Actually, I'll set a little farther so that way I don't trip on it when I get up. Okay, so as you can see, hopefully, it's cut out, sort of cut out our acetate. I don't think you guys can see that. Let me zoom in. Nope, that didn't work. There you go. So we're going to just take some scissors and just snip. I'm going to be cutting just inside of everything just to ensure that it does actually fit inside our box. Because as long as it covers the pumpkin, we're good. Okay, and it covers the pumpkin well. I may trim it just a little bit on this one side, just so that my folds will fold a little bit flatter. I should have readjusted this piece before I cut it out, so that way I knew I had room at the top and the bottom. Okay, that should be perfect. Yes, good enough. Okay, now what I want to do, or like to do, let me actually turn it this way, is this is the side with the protective cover, so that's the side that I'm going to have face me when I stick it down. So I'm going to turn it over this way, and that way I can put my tape right along the edges here to ensure that I know that I'm getting as close as possible. You can put it on, oops, we're putting this on the wrong side. You can put it right along there, which is not a problem either. Actually, we'll do it that way. That might be a little bit easier. And we're just gonna trim it. That way we don't get it on the fold. Now around the stem is where it's going to be tricky. And I actually need to fold this right along that crease line. It didn't quite crease it. So now I can see where, oops, my fold line is. There we go. And this way I'm not going over it. And again, because we have this, you know, the same size as our inner space here, it's okay if you go over like that. It's just going to make it that much easier to stick things down. Now I am using quite a bit of tape here, but really that's just to get rid of it. I don't care for the red line as much. It's just very staticky. You have to use your scissors. I prefer the score tape. But this is smaller in my hands and easier to hold on to. I am probably going off screen, guys. I apologize. So we're just gonna put a little more here to ensure that it sticks down close to the edges. Okay. Make sure those are all stuck. And we're gonna go ahead and peel it up. The only thing I don't like about the red line is that it sticks. It's very staticky when you peel off the backing. It's very hard to get it off your hands and it drives me nuts. Just leaving it on my hands like that. Nuts, nuts, nuts. Now what I did forget to do is put some on the bottom flap. That's okay. We will take care of that. So remember, you want to put, if your acetate or whatever you're using has a backing to it, you want to have that facing you. That way you can easily peel it off. So we're just gonna line this up on the bottom here. Okay. I can see I need to snip it there. And I'll go ahead and do a little snip here. Just because we're right and close to that. Okay. And then go ahead and peel it back some. I want to make sure everything is stuck down. Okay, so we know which side is the sides that we're going to be doing. So we want to fold in our pieces, and you're going to want to put some heavy stick tape, blue, doesn't matter, on this piece right here. And I'm actually going to put it at the very edge and then at the very top, right at that score line. That just ensures that it's really going to be secure. So does anybody have big plans for the weekend? I just plan to do grocery shopping because I need food in my house. And my husband needs shoes, so I guess shoe shopping too. Okay, there's a little bit of dust on it. So we're going to go ahead and we will peel back our protective layer. Oops. And we'll fold this. And peel these off. And then just fold it over, line it up as best you can, and squish down. Give it a good rub. All right. So now you have your pillow box. Now, you can fill it with just about anything that fits. I do know that little dum-dums like this, you want to push in this one, this side goes in first. That way you can stick your finger in there, pull it out. And then this side right on top. Now, I have little metal flakes on mine, but I think that's because I cut out the acetate, so don't worry about that. I'm not sure what that is. But like I said, dum-dums do fit. I recommend putting them in, you know, at an angle so they fit better. But you could probably get, I don't know, like 3 or 4 in there if you wanted to do that. I have, like I said, I have some mini candy corns. I do wish it came in a smaller bag because there's nobody in the world in my family that could eat this many. But we do like candy corn. So now you can put them in just as it is. Just drop them in, fill it up. Or you can take a little goodie bag These ones I just got at the at Dollar Tree. They're a little bit bigger. Sorry, I was eating one. They're way bigger. So I would just take it, kind of crinkle up the bottom some, shove it in as best you can. I use my bone folder to really get in and shove both the corners down. There we go. This side is sticking. And then just hold open the top. Now these are small, so you probably won't get a ton in there. But you can get quite a bit. And you could use M&Ms, use whatever you want. Just kind of smush the plastic in, fold down the sides. Now that looks like kind of a hot mess, right? So I just kind of shake it so that you see mostly candy. Now to dress it up even more, oops, I have it upside down, sorry. I actually took the piece that I cut out and cut out a smaller size pumpkin and then just stamped Happy Halloween on it, and you can tape it down. So that's what we're gonna do. You can do this beforehand. I just wanted to show you, you know, how I stuffed it with candy. So just take your tape. Again, I would recommend a strong adhesive because it does have to hold to the curve. I'm going to put some on either end and then one up the middle. Oh. You could probably even use a glue dot on this if you wanted. This is just what I happen to have on hand. Line it up as best you can. And there you go. 2 little pillow boxes filled with candy. There you go, sorry. I hope you guys all have a fantastic Friday, and we'll see you next week. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye.